Do 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 do. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope you had a great Wednesday and a great Monday and a great Tuesday too. I'm roaming around looking for our little piano or our little melodica. Hmm. There, something like that. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. Let's see what do we got for everybody today. I worked all day, so I guess this is a nice preview as to what it's gonna be like when my schedule really changes and I have to commute for 2 hours a day. But it's not happening yet. Hello, Dave. Welcome. Hello, dear Lame. Hello to Megs. I think I don't know if she's watching or not, but hello, everybody. Yeah. Next week, let me just switch pages. Next week will be the last week that I have here before I have to begin my commuting thing. So I think for next week, me and Megs talked like very briefly about possibly streaming every night just because it's my last sort of thing before I have to go off for a while. I don't know if that's still gonna happen, but maybe some point in next week, whether I stream all the weekdays or whether I just stream Wednesday, we will do a cartoon tier list. We're gonna freaking tier it out. Hello, Chris Aubrey. Welcome. I'm gonna do. I don't know if it's gonna be like a movie tier list or if it's gonna be like cartoons within a certain time period. Like what time period of cartoons do y'all be watching? What when's your cartoon heyday? Like 2000s? Are you like 2000s Cartoon Network stuff? Are you guys like 2010s? I don't want to, obviously. I don't know. I don't think we can blow it out to all cartoons. Maybe we will. Maybe we will be like, what's the best cartoon out there? Let's figure it out. Let's rank it out. But regardless, we're gonna do a tier list day sometime next week. Whether if I'm streaming just the one day, then we'll do it that day. If I'm streaming the whole week, then we'll do it one of those days. But it's gonna be good, so we'll do that. That's for next week. Always have some stuff in the works. We haven't been producing as much, even though basically we've only missed a week. We haven't been producing as much, but I think that's because we're trying to concentrate on getting freaking Gusano done. Do I have Gusano opened up? Oh yeah, I do. This is literally, we're on like the last scene. There it is, the last scene. Death. The death of this cartoon. The end of this cartoon is coming for us all. Dave, you like post 2010s getting into Craig of the Creek as of late? Definitely a 2000 to 2010 kids. So yeah, we might do double decades. Just because since I didn't have cable growing up, I don't actually have a lot of cartoons that I've watched in my lifetime, but I can definitely have an opinion on them. Maybe what I'll do is I'll like bring up all the cartoons that I have watched in some way or another, because then I can actually share an opinion on them, and we can rank those. And these will be shows, of course. So yeah, that's probably simpler than like a whole decade, because I will have, if you say Craig of the Creek, for example, I've never really watched Craig of the Creek, so I wouldn't know what to say about it other than that I interviewed for it and then didn't do it because I did something else instead. I did Costume Quest. I don't know if you guys have Amazon Prime, but if you do, you can watch Costume Quest. And that's a show that I did. So what am I doing right here? Just checking to see if this technology is working. It's working. Great. So yeah, that's what we'll do on our tier list day. I'll have a bunch of cartoons that I've watched, and maybe some of you will be like, "Man, Matt, you haven't watched da 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 da." What's something like, you haven't watched? What's a cartoon that I haven't watched? You haven't watched Fish Hooks? That's a cartoon, right? Or you haven't watched Casa Grande? I'm like, no, I haven't watched. Well, I have watched Mucha Lucha, and I've also watched Jackie Chan Adventures. So I'll have a big, thick list of stuff to talk about potentially. So yeah, as we like to do before we get into the animation, let's do some brain stuff. Let's use our brain. So let me drop this in the link. Rose Monique, welcome, welcome. I let's start with some brain stuff, because the last time I did one of these, I did it in under a minute, which made me feel good and made the animation the same. It does not affect the animation at all. But let's give this a shot. Music playing? Yes. Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's. Let's go. Ask for as a ride or a cigarette. Bum. Do not smoke. Smoking is bad. Well, if you no. Do what you're gonna do. Let's see. USA Today newspaper. Pharmacy products. Drugs. San Antonio landmark to remember. The Alamo. Bob Dylan. Oh, smoking! Oh my god! Oh, side draws. Welcome, welcome. Hello, nice to see you again. That is the fastest I think I've ever done a mini. So 29 seconds. I'll have to ask Megan what she got, because she's usually blazing. But I'm gonna screenshot this actually, because I don't think I've ever done this before. Today, let me get the date as well so that we can properly remember this day. On Thursday, May 9th, 2024, I got an under 30-second mini clear. Yeah, that's right. Too fast. Okay. Side draws, you just got back from AAA hockey tryouts. Dang. How high does it go? Is there like quadruple A? Is it AAA and then minors? And then majors? I remember you said you were going to either be a professional hockey player, which is a great career avenue if you can get to it, or you were going to be a YouTuber, which you can do even as a professional hockey player. I mean, that sounds pretty good, because like in baseball, if I'm thinking about baseball, there's like it goes to AAA, and I'm pretty sure after AAA, it's the minors, right? I've just recently got into baseball because we have a local hero, Mr. Shohei Ohtani, who's freaking crushing it, and he's Asian. And I know that really shouldn't matter, but it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice being like, oh look, freaking Asian guy, look, he's doing it. So I've been watching a bit more baseball. Anyways, side draw, good luck. Hopefully they'll review your tape and be like, dang, that side draw has really crushed the competition, really checked the heck out of these other dudes. So, good luck. Good to see you again. Do we want to do another game? Anyways, what I was saying, as I was saying before, we're gonna possibly next week be streaming every night of the week, because the week after that I will be commuting, and I'm not gonna lie, pretty nervous about it, because it's a lot to think that you're gonna lose 2 hours of your day every day. So I'm gonna lose 10 hours a week potentially, just having to commute. Usually, what I do when I commute would be to either listen to music, podcasts, or call people. I would annoy people by calling them on the phone. So I will probably be calling folks, maybe working on my relationships by actually contacting people, but maybe not being able to animate as much. So we'll see. Do we want to play another game? I didn't have another one loaded up. Nah, let's just get into the animation. Maybe Megan will send me another game to play, and I will do that. But for now, let us go to this, and let's figure out, or continue on the last scenes of Gusano. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Okay, the music's still going. Oh, before we start work, I'm really not procrastinating here. I actually do like getting to the work. It's been nice. I've been working on a couple other things too, but it is good to remember, especially as the days heat up, that you gotta stay hydrated. So this is to everybody. Cheers. It's just seltzer water. Cheers to you. Hope you have a very hydrated and lovely night. Bubbles. Mm. It almost sounds like a skillet, but it is not. There is no scampi. It is just water. So cheers, everybody. If you're working on stuff right now, cheers to you. If you're just hanging out, well, you don't have to. You don't have to be productive. But let's get to the animation. Let's go. Bow, 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 bow. Get into the all cam. Here we go. So I still actually haven't talked to Megan about exactly how the ending is gonna go, but I think we're just gonna roll with what we have and not worry too much. I'm sure she'll be nice and happy with what we have. But let's see. He's coming back in. This is a little dawn scene after a night of searching for his friend and finding his friend finally. He's gonna plant him, flop, and then I think we also want the other guy to flop on him in this scene too. I was listening to an interview. I don't know if any of you guys are gonna watch Furiosa. Is that like on the radar at all, movie wise? Do you guys like going to movies? I really loved Fury Road. It was probably my it was one of the few movies I've gone to like double dip and see twice in theaters. That's how much I liked it. I was like, yes, I will spend probably close to $40 on seeing this movie. So much have I had I liked it. But Furiosa's on my radar, and I was watching this thing where it was Anya Taylor Joy talking about something. She was talking about the movie in some way or another, and something that she said about the last one was really interesting. Where she said in Mad Max and Fury Road, the average length of a shot was about 1.3 seconds. So just think of that. Like, actually, let's do the math real quick on how many. Well, I don't need to bring out a calculator. I can do the math right here. Announcements. Doing some math. Doing some math today. So if a movie is 100 is 90 minutes, right? And every minute is 60. So we can just move that over. 0. Drop that 0 and then 0, 54. So in a 90-minute movie, there's about 5,400 seconds, right? So that means 5,400 seconds. And she said there was a 1.3, basically, seconds per shot. So what am I trying to do? Hold on a second. 1.3 seconds per shot. There are 5,400 shots in the movie. This is this is I'm sure very entertaining, but I'm gonna weather through it. And then there is, let me see, what am I trying to do? Per shot? No, not shots. This is seconds. What am I doing? Seconds in a movie. So we want to inverse that so we can eliminate that later. There's a reason why I did not become anything math or science related. So, yes, and this will get us one movie and one shot. Okay, yeah, so it's okay. I was just trying to make sure that I was doing the right operations to get to the answer. But, anyways, 1.3, we go. How many 13s are in a 54? 3? 9? No, is that 4? Hold on a second. 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 5. So 52. 20. How many 3s? 1. 1, 3. Let me move this division up. 0.0. Drop the 0. Oh, wait. No, we have an extra 0 here, so drop that 0. How many? No, 7, 0. How many 3s, 13s, and a 70? 5? No, 6? Yeah. No. 5. 5. Okay, 5 times 3 is 15. 565. 5, 0. 5, 0. What am I doing? How many things in the fifth? 3, 9, 3, and then it'll go on. But essentially, what I'm driving at is in this movie, in a movie of 90-minute movie with an average of 1.3 seconds per shot, there are 415 cuts per shot. So, 415 cuts or 415 shots in the movie. And if I think about the average length, that's a different project, of these scenes, they are, I want to say, around like 8 or 9 seconds. So it's a very different pace. What I'm saying is that we are not making Mad Max. We are making something else. But it did make me really think about, like, well, what's the pace that we want to get eventually on these animated things. I'm kind of a slower person in general. I like to be chill. I wonder actually if you took, for example, Dune or any of Villeneuve's movies, and you broke down and figured out what the average time per shot was in his movies, like what it would actually be. Because he's, I would say, probably known to be a slower director in terms of the overall pacing of his stuff, but it's definitely not 1.3. But I wonder what that number would be, because everybody loves their long tracking shots of, like, ooh, this all happened and it's all choreographed and it's all, I don't know. When I see long tracking shots now, I'm like, well, this just seems like unnecessary showing off. They've become a little bit overused, that, or at least for me, that they draw more attention to themselves than actually bringing people into the world. But it is something for me to think about in terms of, like, you know, maybe I need to pace up the stuff that we're making a bit more, just because, like, every shot being 8 or 9 seconds is a lot. What's happening there? All right. Some other stuff in the news that I'm probably not going to speak about because I don't think it's my lane at all. But me and Megan have been diving in to the large hip hop feud that's been going on right now, and I'm mostly just enjoying the music, and it's an interesting sort of thing to observe. But as for, like, actual opinions, I don't have a qualified opinion, and that's where I'm going to stay with that. Hello, Life of Riley. Hello, Governor. How are you today? How are you today? I actually gave myself a little bit of time to recover this past weekend, so I went the whole weekend, I think, without doing any animation, which was hopefully healing for me. One of the ways that I have or experience repeated stress injury is right here in my elbow, and what I like to do when that happens is keep working because I'm a bit of a maniac when it comes to that. But every once in a while, you do actually have to take a break. So we are taking a break, or we took a break this weekend. But now, back at it. Always be grinding. So, we got a little guy. We can keep this coming up. Something else I've been thinking about is, like, there's only so much that you can make as, like, an individual person or even as a small team of, like, just me and Megs. So I haven't made, like, a calculation. I haven't gone in and be like, well, if this thing takes this much time, then this thing takes this much time. Like, maybe I'm saying this in reference to the life comics that we've been talking about or that we've been making, where it's been like, little slices of our life that we've been sharing. And one thing about that is like, I never wanted to be, I didn't set out to be a person who was like, well, I want to just, take my life and turn it into content essentially. That was not something that I was comfortable with. It was not something that I wanted to pursue. It was just, sometimes it's just like the stuff that's most interesting to you and the things that you have like the strongest opinions about would be, stuff that you have actually experienced. And I think that's legit. Um, but like, we just don't want to be in a place where it's like, oh, well, it's another week. We gotta mine our life some more to find the right thing. So I think the approach of that or the thought about that has slightly changed as we've been going along. So I'm not sure what kind of more life stuff that we would do. I wonder if I should go like in a more fictionalized route and like do a version of me. I mean, all of our things are a little plussed. Like we not be my mom is not actually throwing chickens in my face and all that sort of stuff. But what should we do? How should we do it? These are the fun art thoughts, or the actors talking about process maybe, which could possibly be the least interesting stuff to hear about is some art guy talking about process. But here we are, yakking about it. Oh, you said something, Riley. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Good chap. Yeah, I always feel kind of icky around stuff like self-branding and marketing. It's just I think like, regardless of like brand and like marketing yourself, I think it can just be kind of tiring to exist in that way, Where like, oh, I always got to be saying something about myself in some way. And like, that can be a lot. So I think we're still thinking about it. There's always stuff that we could do potentially, but it's like, do we want to do that, or do we want to make more like cartoonsy things? You know. So just some random stray thoughts. Boom. Ooh. Do 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 do. I think I actually got to do some prep work for the for the tier list day because I don't want to just come in with like wild opinions. I think I'm gonna make a little PDF and try to convince everyone that my rankings for these cartoons are going to be extremely accurate. do, 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 do. Hmm. Ooh. Something else that happens as I animate is I make the scenes longer. I be adding frames when you really want to be taken away so that you can say things with more brevity. If you and Megs don't mind sharing, where did we meet? We met at a bar. um, no, we met at a friend's birthday that happened to be at a bar. So that's where we met. We met. I think probably if you brought us into a study and classified it, you would say that falls in the category of met through friends, and not like we were both bored one night or going to our local watering hole as we always do, and then had a meet cute at a bar. I just like saying that because it's funny to me. You're both not bar people at all. I can't remember the last time I went to a bar, like just on my own, of my own volition. Because you go for events, people like holding events there, but I think we are both like not uh not connoisseurs of bars. I like going to eat, no problems with that. Food me like big time. Error Toast, hello. Don't normally drop into streams. Hello, Error Toast. You've dropped in and it was an error. Haha. That was your first mistake. No, I'm kidding. Welcome. How is it going? I didn't really watch too many streams myself either. Usually, if I watch streams, it's of like competition events, some esports type of things or whatever else. But there isn't like a personality that I watch out there. So I guess I would consider myself as a streamer a personality of sorts. I think this is mostly like a work stream with some games and quizzes along the way. Try to open his eyes here because he needs to go. I think I should open his eyes a little bit just because he's about to give him a little kiss. So, yeah. It's the eyes, as they say. It's the eyes, Chico. The love is communicated through the ice. So we got to show that his eyes are indeed looking upon his friend before he delivers kiss. Down, 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 down. He doesn't need to go up. Why am I making him like arc his head up? Sometimes you draw and you don't draw with purpose, but that's okay too. It's not a bad thing at all. Let's copy this one over just because we don't need too many wigglies when it comes to a little 2-frame ease in. I will allow myself to do a simple copy paste. Usually I draw everything over again, but sometimes you gotta give yourself a little bit of a break. So it's hand drawn, but it's not like slavishly hand drawn. It's like chill hand drawn. It's like cool hand drawn. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Love flying candy. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll make more animation that will be lovable as well. We've got a couple other things cooking up. I just can't make things any faster than I can. So I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep it up. We're just gonna keep it up, and then whatever we end up making is what we'll end up making, and that'll be okay. Definitely the right decision to open the eyes. Windows of the soul, eye contact. There's that experiment. I don't know if you guys have watched that experiment, if it was a video or if it was just like a written thing. But they said like if you bring two people together and you just put them in the room, and there's nobody else in the room, it's just these two people, strangers until the day, in a room, and then what you force them to do is ask each other very intimate questions and also force them to look at each other and give direct eye contact, that invariably they will become extremely close and or fall in love. So I think I heard about that after I was already in love. So there's no point in trying. But I thought that was an interesting thing of like, hey, you know, if you do the eye contact, it creates a sense of closeness, and that's why eye contact is so intense, is because it has the ability to create intimacy, and intimacy can be really intense. Boom, 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 boom. Mwah. But this is just like a little peck, like a little And I think the eye contact here is more just I want to be accurate, so I'm not missing and kissing something else. Yeah, the extended eye contact thing was something like 49 questions and 4 minutes of uninterrupted. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's that's pretty intense. I don't think that's even something that I would want to do right now with Megan, like just as like a fun thing. I think generally speaking, we are both like, man, we got a lot of work to do. Let's watch Survivor. Let's do that with our free time and not ask each other 49 very intense questions. Let's just watch Survivor. Sometimes Megan's like, you work too much, and I agree. So let's watch Survivor or go on a walk instead. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Mm, a nice kiss. Megan said she's especially actually excited to sound design this scene, where I can just play it actually. Where this is, imagine this is at night. Plate gets taken, and we see our gremlin guy for the first time. And he'd just be stealing stuff. You know, he's a little thievious raccoonus, but not a raccoon. And then Gusano will pop up, and that's the part she's excited for. She wants to she wants to sound design this plate getting smashed over Gusano's head. So I think I said before that I wanted to finish this whole thing before I have to leave um, for commuter work, but I don't know if we'll be able to do that. It's quite a lot to color and comp and all that. All the backgrounds are done, and I guess possibly after tonight, all the main character animation could be done. I still have to animate rain and do some rim lighting and stuff, and all the colors, of course. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll do our best. Not rush the art. Sudden ad jump scared you? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't actually know when the ads come on. They just sort of have a mind of their own. But I've set it on conservative, so hopefully it's not too many. State Farm. Get some State Farm. Or whatever else these ads are for. I don't know, what kind of ad was it? Life of Riley, I would like a romantic partner, but the prospect of dating these days is so intimidating. Yes, I have no idea what it's like to date these days, and I consider myself very lucky to have met Megan. Um, she's actually the first person that I've really dated. I sort of very fortunately lucked out into a one and done situation of like, hey, this just works. Sick. I don't have to keep trying and breaking up and hurting myself and hurting other people to find the right match. So yeah, I didn't date anybody for like the first 28 years of my life, and then really just got lucky. So I don't know what it is. I don't know how it works nowadays or what it's like out there, but definitely wish everyone good fortune, nothing but good fortune in the arena of love. Because if you got one thing, or if you really need one thing in life, it's probably that. So, uh, best best of luck. Boop. Boop. Mwah. Yeah, I don't think I need to actually step this one out too much. It looks a little bit like he ripped, like the kiss is ripping up that stuff, but I don't mind that. I think it's good to have a little bit of not shock value because it's not we're not trying to shock you, but a little bit of shock is nice. You're like, wait, what happened there? Did you just was that a kiss or was that a chomp? But it was a kiss. It will be sound designed as a kiss, so everyone will understand that it's a kiss. I think that's disappearing too quickly. We want the fuzz to sort of read in the air a bit longer, you know? Not in a rush to have the fuzz go. Mwah! And then I think after the fuzz is settled, then we can move on to the rest of the scenes or the rest of the acting. So we want it to land. Mwah! Mwah! So yawn. And then, of course, you got to have him smile because we don't want it to be scary or too scary. Mwah. Bow, 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 bow. It's incredibly lucky. Yes, I agree. I think when I was younger, I thought there was something like really wrong with me. I'm like, why the heck? I mean, I'm at a place where people are like settling down, and I haven't really dated anybody before. And maybe something was actually wrong with me. I don't know, but you can still be not good at something and also luck out. But I very much just I'm grateful that I didn't have to suffer a lot and that I was able to meet Megan and yeah, it just works. Nope, lock that. Boom. Always remember the water sausages. I refused to call them anything else when I was a kid. Water sausages? Oh, you're talking about cattails. That's funny. I never called them anything other than cattails. So you're more creative on that end than I am. I was like, oh, that's cattails. All right. And the funny thing is now, like with the internet, you can satisfy many curiosities um, by just kind of looking them up. So you know what cattails look like, right? Hold on a second. I got this idea. Cattail. Right. So you see a cattail, you see one of these things. And look at that. It just looks like a corn dog, right? Or what did you call it, flying candy? Or air toast? You called them a water sausage. Something edible. Something you want to, for lack of a better way of saying it, put in your mouth and experience. You're like, this looks like it would be great. But now in the information age, all you gotta do is, like, if you're wondering what eating a cattail feels like, all you gotta do is look it up. Eating cattail. Uh, and then, for example, you can see what it's like to eat a cattail. There you go. You're like, oh, what's eating a cattail like? Bleh. There it is. So, like, the sort of knowledge curiosity that you can have of like what that is very easily satisfied by just looking it up. But that's why people say, like, Gen Z or younger people, they're interested in experiences, not just knowledge. Like, I might be able to see that a kid is gagging on eating a cattail, but I want to experience that, so I'm still going to do it anyways. I have no experience of actually eating a cattail, so I have no recommendation for that. Um, but who knows? Maybe it's fun. And then I should draw the other little grasses. So fuzz, I'll call this fuzz. And then I'll call this leaves. No, not leaves. Reeds. Bit like eating a dandelion. I have not partaken, so I can't say I know what it feels like. Reeds. Oh, I made one reed over here. So this will be the reed that he grabs, and we'll have some other, like, little reeds in the water, still just developing, just growing at their own pace. But we don't need to see these. This is just for reference. Coming in, jumping up, landing. Then he's gonna grab this reed and plant our dandelion end, and then that'll be good. Reed. We'll call this reeds or BG reeds. It's like Mary's room thought experiment. Mary lives her entire life in a colorless room with access to all the information we have about color. She studies and learns what there is to know about it in regards to wavelengths, lights, etc. Then later, when Mary leaves the room and actually sees color for the first time, does she gain new knowledge through the experience? uh, Riley, you're very well written. I think in that instance, she would get new experience because all the data sets in the world will not substitute for one, what actually happens, and two, the sort of chaos of experience because there's not a clean set of inputs of what happens to you when you experience something. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that is not accounted for that really is the bulk, I think, of what actually happens in an experiential moment. What am I talking about right now? Right now, we're getting philosophical. We're thinking about the problem of knowledge. No, I have some deep teen thoughts every once in a while. That's something that Megan has noted about me is that like deep down I'm probably still very much I have components of a edgy deep teen, but not edgy in the way of like being mean, just edgy in the way of of having silly thoughts and trying to figure things out. Deep teen. Down, 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 and now. We're gonna grab him, plant him in, flomp, and then we want him to actually flomp down. And I think that will be essentially the scene. Let's play what we got thus far. I gotta do those little hops, but we did the yawn, did the kiss. We'll do the plant and then the collapse. Do 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 do. Oh wait, no. This YouTube thing is getting a little weird. Hold on. All right. Flying Candy, you should do a Tears of Kingdom version of Link is Hungry. I'd assume that's what either that or Pikmin that most people have come to our channel for. And perhaps you are wondering why we're not making more Link stuff. I think like the feeling I get making stuff like that isn't totally like I don't feel totally good making it. It's like it's sort of a thing of going to someone else's house and borrowing their stuff without permission, kind of a feeling. And there's just something about this. There's stuff about I don't have like a very clean thought, but I will say that when it comes to making that sort of stuff, it's not top shelf in my desire of stuff to make. And I'm sure eventually there will be something else that we'll make about this game or that or the other. Uh, but I'm not. It's not the biggest priority at this moment. You know, I'm not doing YouTube. I mean, the dream would be obviously to just animate stuff and have that be the career. Um, but fortunately, Megs and I both have work at the same time, so we don't need to be trying to get like doing YouTube in the sort of demographic appeal way of what everybody will like or want to see. And while we have this blessed time, I think I'd rather do things that at the moment might not get the views, so to speak, um, but will hopefully be nice in the long run. Like I've been working on Squat, and I've animated like the first two scenes of the first episode of that. So yeah, you gotta do what you want to do. Oh, do what you want to do. And yeah, maybe that'll change one day, and I'll really want to do Zelda stuff. But we'll see. Excuse me. Cheers once again. Hope you're all very hydrated. Ba-boom. Woo! I think I'll do this. I'll do the plant pose, and then we'll do a little draw break where I will take requests to draw some random stuff. So if you got some thoughts lined up, uh, then they're already lined up, so you don't have to do anything. But I will be taking requests to draw random stuff in a couple moments. I just want to get this guy planted, and then I will be ready to go. So, boom. Do I want? Yes, let's give it a little antic. Oh, I think the music probably stopped. Let's play some other music. Kirby. Air Toast, I don't know if I've seen you on the stream before. Do you make stuff? Who makes what? Who makes what? Just been making stuff for about a little over a year now. Actually, closing on a year and a half. And I still don't think we have it fully down what we regularly make. I thought it would be more of that Matt and Meg stuff, those little cartoon shorts that we've been making. But like I said earlier, I don't want to be mining our lives constantly for content. So I imagine the experience of people who've come to our channel is probably a little frustrating. Like, I came here for Zelda. Why aren't you making more Zelda? Or I came here for Pikmin. Why aren't you making more Pikmin? Oh, I like your personal comics. Why aren't you making more of that? So, to all those we've annoyed, sorry. But we're always gonna be making more stuff. That's the only thing I can promise is that even if it's not all the same stuff, there will be more stuff. There will be more. It's gotten to a place where this is making stuff or animating things is such a habit that I feel weird when I don't do it. I'm like, did I animate this weekend? No. What's wrong with me? So it's become a thing now. It's almost like brushing your teeth, where if I haven't brushed my teeth in a day, not a couple days, in just a day, I feel weird. Boom, boom. Let's cut that, put that here. Yep. Oh, excuse me, carbonated water. That. Making an emission, weird making an emission. I could make art, but I prioritize notebook over digital. You mean you are a writer? Or you mean you draw in like physical media? Let's see, Riley. I don't care. I just love your style. Oh, thank you. I'm not. I'm not trying to read. I'm not trying to read compliments, but thank. I we appreciate that. Just yeah, just glad that you like the stuff. I think what I like about animation is making things move. So our individual frames can kind of look a little grimy, but hopefully overall it moves good, and people can feel that, and it's enjoyable. Sort of like the Wind Waker. Actually, the Wind Waker is a major point of inspiration and influence for me. Um, I remember seeing that game at first and being like, "What is this? What is this ugly nonsense? Look at these screenshots are so ugly. Where are the graphics?" But then I played the game and shut myself up real quick because that game is so freaking great. I was pitching a little bit of stuff at Nickelodeon. I remember asking them like, can't we just make the Wind Waker, but a TV show? Not necessarily a Zelda TV show, but make a show that looks like the Wind Waker. And it was never adequately explained to me why that wasn't possible, or why that would be difficult. Well, maybe not why it would be difficult, but like, you don't have to keep making new layouts. You don't have to keep making all the stuff. You just make the environment and then you sort of shoot around it, and then you create custom animations for the different story scenes. So it's not like, the same fight animation, although you can have some stuff that is already generated. Like, why wouldn't that work? And again, I don't know. It wasn't adequately explained to me why that was impossible. And I suppose I'm probably being very naive because I still think it's possible, but that was a dream of mine back when I was pitching stuff to studios, and back when studios were more open to hearing pitches of non IP things. Although I suppose probably someone is working on a Zelda pitch right now. Be like, hey guys, we got to make these video game things because that's all the rage right now. Have you guys watched the Fallout show? Actually, or watched any video game TV things that you particularly like? Let's see. Flying Candy, please. Eratos, you draw physically? Physical. Keep it real. Physical. 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 Keep it real. Keep it real. I do really like physical stuff. I just don't I don't keep a notebook or anything like that myself. So all of our stuff, I'm not good at like I'm not a very clean person in my life or an organized tidy person, so I lose stuff all the time. Um So, like, kind of making videos or making things that I post on the internet is a way of not having to organize stuff, but just having it there. I'm like, what did I make the other time? I can just go to the channel and look it up. But yeah, I don't keep physical notebooks. Let's see. I'm glad that you think I'm glad that our style. I don't know about giving you hope, but enjoyment is, I guess, a form of hope, maybe. I'm not very good at taking compliments, but I appreciate the nice things that are being said. Uh, Genuinely, I don't know if that sounded sarcastic or disingenuous, but I do mean it. The Yeah. Boop boop boop. All right, I think we need one more drawing, and then I will take a little sketch break to do some requests. I actually really enjoyed some of the sketch break drawings that I've made, so I'm excited. And if nobody has requests, then I'll just draw something random, and that's always fun too. Wait. Do 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 do. It's getting a little warm in here. Let me turn on this fan. Wow. Do 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 do. Wind Waker-esque show would be gorgeous. I always keep at least one notebook in my room for random drawing sessions. I wish Nintendo would take this note and make Wind Waker 2 live action adaptation. Yeah, I am worried. I am genuinely worried about the new Zelda, about it being live action. I've not seen or attempted to watch live action adaptations of stuff like Avatar or One Piece. I think the One Piece one was well reviewed and well received, but that just I remember as a kid having that feeling when I would watch just TV. I'd watch like PBS because I didn't have cable or anything like that. But if the program changed and suddenly there were real people on, I would get upset. Like, I don't want to see these dinky realies. I want to see cartoons. So I don't can't say I have any interest in watching the live action Zelda, regardless of how good it might be. And I mean, hopefully it's good. I mean, hopefully people are just making good stuff. But it's hard to make good stuff sometimes, especially if it's being made by a bunch of people with corporate oversight. That's just always going to be hard. So let's see. Yeah, so this is what we got thus far. Is it saving? Yeah. Saving. It's not beach balling. This file is getting heavy. I am getting a little nervous about how so many scenes are in this, so I probably need to back it up and put it in different places and break it up. But for now, it still works. Mwah. Plant. Bump. And he's gonna clomp. So that's what we have thus far in this scene. I'll play it again a little closer. Play it again just a little closer. I gotta change some timing stuff, of course, but that's what it is. That's what it is for now. All right, so let's take a little sketch break. So how this has gone, this is my silly math from before, is yeah, I just take requests. So if you guys have something that you want me to draw, let me know. If there are a bunch of requests, I'll put it to a vote. But usually there aren't too many, so like I'll probably be able to get to it all. Let's do a little stretch first. You know, stretch your wrist. I do one of these. Let's see. What do I know? I know I can hide this webcam stuff now since we're not doing quizzes right now. Try to get the wrist nice and flat. I think something else you could do is you can put it against a wall and then sort of tilt your head away. Ooh, yeah. And then you can feel that stretch going down your arm all the way into your fingertips. This is a good stretch. So it's a break where we're not animating, but we're still doing some drawing. The drawing is constant. But so you want to make sure you're getting some good stretches in there. What? Okay. Thanks, Riley. I'm glad it looks great. Yeah, anybody have a request? Anybody want me to draw something? I drew Forrest Gump, and that was fun. This is Dave before requested the ideal animator body. Oh wait, I'm not showing it. This was Forrest Gump. What else did I draw? I drew this. This was the ideal animator body. What else did we draw? We drew some dinosaurs. Spider X. I really want to put Spider X in something. I really like how he turned out. What is this? This is just a witch. Yeah, so if you have a request, let me know, and if not, then I'll just draw something random. No worries. I'm not trying to force engagement. Just genuinely asking. Thanks, Flying Candy. I think I'm probably like mid talent. In terms of overall like drawing ability and animation ability, I feel like pretty like a solid B minus probably. But I'm very comfortable with that, and I feel grateful to be that. Maybe some people in the chat here are actually better than me at art and can draw prettier things and can animate better. I mean, I would not be surprised. The three of us thought we'd ask for a mix. The Tears of the Kingdom version of Link is hungry. Riding a large beetle with goofy line art. Okay. Link is of okay. Riding a large beetle with goofy line art. I'm not sure what you mean by goofy line art, Error Toast. Uh, or the Error Toast part of the request. What is the Tears of the Kingdom version of Link? I drew this sort of mostly like how I draw Megan, because we weren't sure if originally we were going to be doing Megan. Let me look up Tears of the Kingdom Link. What's he? He doesn't have his. He's not really wearing his hat. Ooh, come on! Oh my gosh! Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's just kind of like. He's like this guy, right? The Twinkie Link. He's got a bear shirt and he's got a cool arm. So I'm gonna go with this, and put that as in the background is goofy line art. Okay. So with that, yeah, he's got some nice tousled hair that's fun to draw, but would be a terrible pain to have to animate. But this is just one drawing, and we do not care about that. We are not worried. There he is. There's a little cutie boy. He's wearing some kind of like silly robe. Give him a little nip, because something like that. Not sure how this robe, this green thing works, parts of his tunic, but we'll leave it be. He's also not super ripped, so I'm not going to give him like a big punchy chest. We'll give him Link is flat. Let's just say that. And then what kind of shoes does he have? What kind of shoes? We'll let him air out his legs. He's just kind of enjoying a nice day out atop a beetle of some sort. A Life of Riley, or actually for anybody, does anybody here living in cicada territory? Like, there's supposed to be like, some mega super duper swarms of cicadas coming out this year, at least in America, right? I don't think here in SoCal we will experience any of that. But yeah, I'm wondering if anybody is gonna be seeing some crazy beetlage this year. We'll give him. He already has the Master Sword. He's just chilling, He's like, I've done the deeds that I was supposed to do. I didn't actually beat the game, so I'm not sure what Link was going to be doing this whole time. I think I got at some point just overwhelmed with the amount of stuff to do, and I was like, I'll skip this one for now. Maybe someday I will go back to it and play it some more, but for now, what kind of beetle will we make? Let's make a. Well, cicadas aren't beetles. Sorry, not to not to throw out some bad entomology. It is known that cicadas are not beetles. Those little beady eyeballs is less fun. Let's do it like this. Let's actually make like a cute bug. I don't like those eyes. Those eyes are a little scary. Yeah. Something a little more like that. Let's give him little sweet antennas. It's springtime for me. Too much rain. I'll try. I'll stick to this beetle right now. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure people will be posting about it when it happens because everything is posted now online. But I used to live in New Mexico, and there were cicadas there, but nothing like a swarm that people are talking about. There's going to be some crazy cicada apocalypse, and people are going to be like, you can't go anywhere without encountering cicada in your windshield, on your meals, in your chairs, everything. It's going to be crazy. Ha! And then what other part of this was like some kind of goofy line art in the background? Let's see. Do. What kind of goofy line art could we do? I'm not. I'm not sure what that means. It's kind of like an ink blot thing of like, oh, let's just make some lines and then make a background out of it. So maybe I'm not sure what to do. I'll just make some lumps because I like making lumps. There, we'll do this. This is like Minish Cap Link, where he's like small and everything is big because he's riding a beetle. It's not the beetle is huge. It's that Link is Tears of the Kingdom Link in a Minish Cap setting, riding a beetle. It's like a whole art piece. This is much more involved than the other ones that I usually draw. But here we go, something like this. I wonder what the new Zelda games will be like. Supposedly, there's going to be a new Switch that will be announced by the end of the year, which means that there's going to have to be some kind of new Zelda to sell that system. Because I would say that the previous Zeldas were system sellers for the Switch, and if they're going to make a new one, then they probably want to be able to sell that one. And I think they said for these Zeldas that they would be the last of their kind. Like they're not going to do more open world type of stuff, which actually I would be fine with. I think the open world is cool, but it needs some tweaking because it's just kind of like a lot. Yeah, something like this. Something like this. Ha! Okay, there it is. Link riding on a beetle, hanging out. I guess it's like for those nymphs, what are they doing? They just eat wood for, I mean, depending on their life cycle, either like 7 years or 17 years. It seems like it's all odd numbered years too, but they just eat for years and then they come out and they have a big party for about a week with everybody else, and then that's what it is. That's their that's the whole existence. But you know what? If life ends with a party, that's not too bad. Yeah, so here we go. Thanks. I appreciate it. I think I can do one more. Anyone else have like a random thing they want me to draw? Bink. Let's say Riley. I gotta go back and see the parts of it. Riley, flying candy, flying candy. than Error Toast. Error Toast, you can be a big mushroom. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else you'd like me to draw? I would like a puffin and a bowler hat. So puffins look like this, I think, right? They've got these little things. I don't know. I'm not sure why this puffin is so haughty. Maybe because he's gonna have a bowler hat. And maybe a Tommy gun as well. No, I'm not gonna give him a Tommy gun. Just gonna stick with the bowler hat. I like big feet on birds. Something like this. Well, let me just double check that that's what a puffin looks like. I might be in an error of something else. Puffin. Oh, they've got these cute little eyes. Like they have a sort of like, hold on, ooh, not like that. That's scary. They have this permanent like this little expression. It's really cute. They have like mostly black wings, so let me draw that in. And they've got these little cheek corners. Anyways, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Let's put a little flower in his bowler hat. Some people have cards. We can put a little card in there, and then we'll also put a little flower. Fun. Drawing is fun. Drawing is fun sometimes. Yay. All right. So, I guess I'm just gonna do a little bit more of this animation, and then we'll wrap it up at 9. So actually, before I continue drawing, I should drop at least one membership thing for our members.
I chose Wix for my business because of its.
I'm getting an ad on this end. Still figuring out what we're doing there, but last Sunday we played some Gartic Phone with people, with our members, and that was fun. So let me gift one, and then right before I leave, I will gift another. Do 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 do. And it goes to oh nice. Nice. Yay. A Life of Riley. I'm glad that this membership the membership fairy fell to you. So yay, welcome welcome to the coop. Yay. Ba-bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Oh, nope, I'm not animating on this. This is something else. Let's go back to Gusano. Yep, so next week, I might be streaming every day of the week. I'm not sure. I'll have to verify with Megan how she feels. Just because when we animate, or when I'm on stream, it still affects like how we do a bunch of other stuff at the same time. So let's see. But yeah, I'll probably be streaming at least more than once a week. It might not be the full five days a week because, like, I would say that I'm pretty comfortable with it now. Also, at the same time, it takes a bit of energy. So I'm not sure what kind of juice I'll have for that week, but I will be streaming definitely more than once. Excuse me. Some stuff that we'll do that week will be probably more animation. I'll probably play games with stream at some point in time. And then yeah, I gotta figure out what life will be like and what the stream schedule will be like when I'm commuting. I think it should probably be the same. I will probably just have to like leave for work earlier in the morning on Wednesdays to try to make it back earlier. Um, it'll be an adjustment, but that's life. That's life. So, boink, boink. I think we want this to go even faster, actually. So like, boink, boink. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to do some tier listing. We're gonna get. I'm excited to hear everybody's opinions about the cartoon shows that I hold near and dear. I've been pretty transparent about what those shows are, um, and yeah, maybe I'll be able to introduce people to shows that they haven't watched before. I kind of doubt it because again, I didn't grow up with cable, so there's a lot of shows that I have not seen. Um, but maybe there's some weird ones that I have that people will like. I'll have to do a little bit of research. Yay! Welcome back, Riley. Oh, you're a full hatch chick. Very cool. Very cool. I never turned on receive gifts. Oh, I think Aerotoast it will I didn't know that was the thing that you had to turn on. Also, hello Gimli. hello Sasuke. What can I say about Eternal Sasuke? He's the biggest Boruto fan that I know. It's his favorite show. I will put Boruto on the tier list, and I will share my opinion of that show. I'm trolling. Good to see you, Sasuke. I mean, I actually gotta call you at some point in time, because I'll be commuting, so I will be bothering you, on the landlines or on the cell phone sometime soon. Do. Flomp. I think we want to delay one of the arms at least. I guess I could probably wrap up the stream after I do this flamp. And then that will be it. Bow, 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 bow. Gimli, is it just me, or do ads strike when it's the least convenient? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have control over the ads. Sometimes, occasionally, I'll see it like out of the corner of my eye that'll come on and say an ad is running, and I can stop it then. But I just have it set on conservative, so hopefully you don't get too many. It's a sort of unfortunate part of the experience, and like, for real, we don't really make any money from these streams. So I might just turn off like the ad revenue thing option. But it is what it is for now. Do. What kind of ads are you getting? Are you getting like cereal ads? What are we representing or giving a platform to in ad format? Because I have no idea. Let's see, something that I can personally recommend as an advertisement. Costco, I guess. Grocery stores. I don't really buy too much stuff. Mostly the things that we buy are food and food. That's it. the last pair of shoes I got was a pair of shoes that Megan bought for herself that didn't fit her, but they fit me for some reason. So that's my last sort of like random thing. But mostly what we have is mostly what we buy is food because I'm a big food man. I like the foods. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, this will be the last week also that we work on Gusano on stream. Just because I think the only scene left for me to animate would be the ending. I want to leave some sort of a surprise for everybody when they watch the final video. So I will do the ending, the actual last shot of this off stream. Um, but yeah, if we can make it and we can finish this before I start my job arena, then it'll come out. And if not, then it'll come out. It'll still come out just later. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's put this read. So, let's see. He goes, boom, 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 splash. Mwah. Plant, plomp. Plant. I think let's pace this up a little bit. Boom, boom. And then I know a place pretty as pine, where the river bend hits up with the sky. Flying candy, just keep the ads. Well, I appreciate the sentiment. Wait, hold on a second. Not drawing that there. Drew it on the wrong layer. I will say for anybody who is interested in doing YouTube, you don't really make a lot of money doing it. At least we haven't. So, like, I think the format really YouTube is trying to get people to make the stuff, and I would assume that the algorithm awards stuff that YouTube prioritizes, which would be, stuff that is longer and that people can watch for a long time. And the thing about animation is that it takes a long time to make, so you're not going to be seeing long things from us, unfortunately. But that's okay. Like, I think I took a very informal measurement of all the animation that we made last year, and I think the total time of stuff that we've animated last year was like 20 minutes, which is pretty great actually. That's like, I'm very proud that we were able to make that amount, because it's a lot of animation to just be making on your own. 20 minutes of animation is a lot, but it's like, you can also have a guy sit in front of his computer and react to, the new Kendrick Lamar song, and he can just do that in one night. um, and that's like that much content or output in the matter of one night is what we could do maximum effort for like a whole year. uh, but that's just how it is. Like, I don't want to be making that stuff anyways, and again, we're not trying to be that sort of stuff, so it's okay. Just trying to animate little fun little stories for people. Boop, bump. I don't know what the timing of this last drop will be, but I'm just going to have him fall anyways. Let's just do it, and then I can worry about timing later. Or we will retime things later. see. Um, 20 minutes of animation. Yeah, it was a lot. I'm very happy with that amount that we made. It's just and I think people have alluded to this in terms of like animation on YouTube being just very effed because of the priorities that YouTube makes. Um, it's true, but also like it's okay. Like I'm grateful to be able to share stuff with everybody in the first place. So I mean, without YouTube, I don't think many people would have seen our animation in the first place, and that's pretty neat. So, plomp, plomp, something like that. I gotta change the timing, and the timing's gonna be a little different, but Mwah. Bonk, bonk. I think it's gonna be something like that. I'll have to ask Megan because she's the timing expert and what like feels best for her or what feels best to her. But for now, I think this is essentially the bones of this scene animated. So to play it again, doom doom doom, jump, splash. Ooh, mwah. Plant, pomp, bink. Yeah, the timing between the different events feels a little bit even right now. That's the stuff that usually changes the most. But in terms of how they're moving and all that, I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably chant it. Yeah, that's Meg's. She's gonna do the real magic. Once all the sound and all that other stuff is in, it's so nice. I'll probably have to do some rim light for this one too, because this is at dawn. So there's still quite a bit more to do. So if I'm just thinking about it right now, it's unlikely that we'll finish this before I go off to commuter work. But for now, I'm really happy with the progress, and we're not in any sort of a rush or anything. Regardless of how much finish animation we'll make, I will be on these streams to say hello and to hang out and to animate with y'all. So that's not gonna change. Yeah. Well, I think that'll be it for us tonight. Let me drop one more gifted sub, unless Megs wants to do that. What am I doing? Okay. Yeah, I can't see everybody's in this text panel over here. I can't actually see everybody's icons, but yes, that is Megs's drawing of Kirby, and it's iconic. So I'm gonna gift a membership. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Klaus. Ooh, welcome back, Klaus. Back to the coop. Klaus. Welcome back. Yeah, so that's it for us tonight. Thanks everybody for hanging on. Not hanging on, for hanging out and stopping by and saying hello. We will be back for Membies on Sunday to probably play some games. I don't know if we're gonna play more Gartic Phone. Hopefully, we'll play some more of that because I actually had a lot of fun doing random drawings and making up some chain stories. It was pretty cool. Um, so we'll be back on Sunday, and then next week, as the last week before I do commuter work, I will be streaming at least more than once, and we'll do some random things. We'll do some tier lists. We'll do some more drawing. It'll be fun. But otherwise, yeah. Thanks everybody for coming out. Good night, Flying Candy. Good night to Error Toast. Thanks for dropping by. Good night to Riley and Klaus and we're scrolling. I want to say good night to everybody. Well. Good night. Good night to everybody. Oh, good night to Eternal Sasuke. Good night to everybody. Thanks for dropping in, and we will. Hold on. We'll catch you next time. All right. Bye bye. Bye bye.